Hey yo, Nemo here. Just wrote this long post that I had seen myself coming on to share with you just through the video, and now a lot of that has kind of poured out of me and into written form. So I recommend that you take a read of that video, of that post. But I'm going to go and speak to it in terms of what's showing up for me right now. And I'm going to invite you to put in any comments, any questions, anything along the lines here to help me explore this further in benefit of both you and myself and anyone else that watches this or reads this later on. So hi, my name's Nemo Ashong, and my greatest fear in the world is being alone. And it wasn't until a conversation just last week with Hayden Lee, where he's a master when it comes to Enneagram, and we were looking through my Enneagram profile, and he called out something important. He called out my relationship to being lonely, my relationship to loneliness. And what he helped me see was that I didn't have any versatility or flexibility or means in order to see loneliness from a positive perspective. In fact, what he said is, he's like, Nemo, for the game that you're playing, this is my words, this is what I heard him say, this is how he sounds to me. Hayden, Nemo, for the game that you're playing, of course you're going to be lonely. What if it wasn't a bad thing? What if it wasn't a good thing? What if it just was? We came on and we talked more. Hayden, that's how you sound in my mind. It's just all just like prophetic, you know? But really, when it came down to it all, he struck on something that was just insanely important. The work that I do, the work that you do as a leader, as an influential leader, as someone who's choosing to be yourself out in the world and to make your highest impact in the world, that in and of itself can be inherently lonely. Think about it. And this is something that I literally was just walking down the street and it dawned on me. I was like, oh, wait, this is what I'm asking people to do. This is a cost of what it is that I'm putting out into the world. And I'll say this same sentence twice. The thing is this: you should be more you because there's only one of you in all of the 7+ billion people on this earth. There's only one of you in all the 7+ billion people on this earth. When I thought about it, Aaron, I just see that as a sentence. It is inherently lonely. 1 in 7+ billion. That's it. There's only the one. It's like it's like the one thing that is so true about what makes you stand out, what makes you different in the world, what makes you unique, what allows you to add your highest contributions to the world, make your greatest impact, make your greatest influence, lead people in a way that they've never been led before, create a world that hasn't been created before, see a vision, take other people on that vision, so on and so forth. All of those things that make you you is the thing that also naturally separates us from others in one sense. It's inherent. It can be inherently lonely. Or, as Louisa this morning reminded me, the fact is the 1 in 7+ billion. That's the outside non-objectional response. You can see that externally. There's a story that goes along with it. And my story is, if I'm the one of anything, then that comes with being lonely. And both Hayden and Louisa challenged that story. Louisa, by bringing up this framework of seeing things, we were talking about it through the lens of crucial conversations. And then Hayden by helping me even just bring this up to the table in the first place. So really, it's been something that's been working on me significantly. To say, am I willing to be the one and only? Am I willing to really allow that loneliness within me to not be a negative thing? And it's odd, like a part of me wants to make it into a positive thing and the other part wants to make it neutral. And I'm still playing with this. This is new for me. This is new for me here. And I needed to come out and share this with you because this is part of the journey. There'll be years back where people see me on stage and high-fiving different people like Tony Robbins and Brene Brown as we're all just like leaving the panel. But for right now, this is what I'm working on. This is part of the path. And I want to make sure that I'm putting that out there and talking about the cost of it and letting you know that like how I'm going to choose to play with it. I am looking now to actively look and see, like, perhaps the thing is not that I need to push away from the loneliness. Perhaps it's just to embrace it and to know that the work that I'm doing right now is inherently lonely, and that I'll find other people who are also on their path, who are also choosing to show up brilliantly and amazingly as themselves and making their impact in the world. And we can be lonely together, or we can be alone together, or we can be together. I don't know. I have to figure it out. My general thing here is what has been going on for me. And this is the part that's hard for me to say here because, I feel that my journey has been pretty public overall. But what's been going on for me has been, am I judging myself through the lens of others, through the lens of what others would accept? And really get into the place of, can I just simply belong to myself? And here goes the deal. I belong to myself far more than I did 2 years ago. I belong to and even that was far more than I did when I first entered college, and so on and so forth. For me, this would likely always be a different game. A game that comes up, and each time I go from the minor leagues to the major leagues to the All-Stars to the Hall of Fame and so on and so forth, I'm going to see this from a different point of view. It's going to be a different level of this each and every time. And each and every time I'm going to come back, I'm going to watch this video, and I'm going to remind myself about the investment in making a difference in the world, an investment in being and embodying and being in integrity with what it is that you want to see in the world. So I'll leave that here with today's conversation. I'm going to invite you into one thing for yourself. Where are you letting a fear of loneliness, a fear of being alone, get in the way of you making your ultimate impact or your next impact? How can you embrace being alone as a sign of strength, as a sign of pure direction, as a sign that you're actually on your right path? And if there's one other thing here, it's just to let you know that you're not alone in this. That feeling that you're feeling you're not the only one. I got you too. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate you allowing me to be seen in front of you. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you as a champion of outliers, pioneers, and mavericks. You're seeing me here real, raw, and honest. And I'll continue to grow, and I'll grow with you. I'm curious about any comments you have, any thoughts or suggestions you have. And actually, the suggestions part, I'm not really all that interested in. But I'd be interested in hearing, you be a part of this conversation. Share what comes up for you, and we'll continue on from there. I'm Nemo Ashong, champion of outliers, pioneers, and mavericks worldwide. I'm the leader of the World Joy Movement, founder of Enjoyment, and all-around legit awesome. I cannot wait to be unique with you together. Here's to being more you each and every day. You are a gift to your world. Game on.